Number 51. You have the choice to make life what you want it to be. Life doesn't have to be imposed on you. Affirmations, affirmations, affirmations. The real remedy for the cycle of self-hate and damaging self-talk. Affirmations are positive statements that build you up and nurture self-love. They may feel weird in the beginning and you may reject yourself at first, but they really do work. They changed my life and helped me to see the awe of who I am when I really couldn't and in fact hated myself. Number 53. Journal. It allows a third-party view into your experience of life, to process, to reflect, to entome experience, and to see more clearly where you are, how you feel, and understand what you need. Number 54. Nothing softens the wounds of your ancestors than the sweetness of your existence. This is a quote I heard at the time when I was going through my own transformation, and I held on to it. We are here because of the sacrifice and prayers of our ancestors. Well, I know I certainly am. And they dance and breathe within these veins and these bones and within this marrow. To that degree, my life now is inspired and called on by their lives then. Number 55. Life is fun. There's an affirmation. If you adjust the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. Number 56. Learn to see other women as your divine feminine extension. We're all connected. There's dignity and strength in loving and trusting one another. There's divinity in our kinship, and we need to heal our kinships. We're but a drop in the same ocean. To sisters healing. Number 57. Land is an extremely important matter for many more reasons than mere ownership and economic ambition. It is at the core of culture, of humanity, of our ways, our ceremonies, and our rituals. We ache without this part of ourselves, and something I pray about and I'm praying for, that we heal enough to inherit the lands in which we will give life to once more. Number 58. We're not all going to get degrees and PhDs. Life wasn't supposed to be designed that way for all of us. I was so hard on myself for the longest time for having only acquired diplomas as my highest level of education, comparing myself to others. Most of the greatest gifts of wisdom I've received have been outside of the classroom, and I continue to learn. Life is my thesis. One day soon I'll go back and study, and it will be because I'm at a point where I want to study, because something interests me and not merely because it's a societal prescription. Number 59. Awareness of yourself and how you feel. How people make you feel, food, music, as well as your surroundings is key. By tuning into yourself, you're more able to know where you are, what needs to change, and to strike that vital balance. Following your breath is the easiest way to get to that place. 60. Try your hardest to find out what it is that you love to do, that makes your heart sing, and do it. Because that's why you are here. Even if it's for 15 minutes on a Sunday morning, you always regret not heeding the call you were born for. There's something within all of us that we must express. You know you are here for a reason. Number 61. To be gentle, patient, and kind to yourself first. 62.
It's not selfish to put yourself first. We've been trained to give and give even when we're empty. We have to rewire this habit and learn to fill ourselves, and to fill ourselves so much that we can then give generously to others from the overflow, from the fullness of what we've become and have poured into ourselves.
Number 63. The Matrix was a documentary. Number 64. Death is a part of life. If you stay present in its presence, it can transform you. Number 65. Cry. It can be the most cleansing experience. By learning the skill of surrendering to those moments completely, you're presented with a gift, a lesson. Part of loving yourself is feeling your feelings and allowing your tears to cleanse and renew you. Number 66. Value yourself truly and deeply. Praise yourself and note when you're doing good, even if it's simply for showing up for work, or even if it's simply making it through another day. Be willing to accept good. You are deserving, my dear. Number 67. With the above in mind, acquire the language you need to negotiate a fair and pleasing salary. A lot of corporations will exploit their workers to get maximum return. Know your worth and challenge your employer and yourself to step up to this. I know it's easier said than done, but it's possible.
If you really wish to know yourself and to see parts of yourself that you've never glimpsed before, travel, travel, travel. Don't use money as an excuse. It all depends on what you prioritize. It also doesn't need to be an expensive exercise. It can be as simple as visiting family or family friends or friends in a province or state outside of your own. It could be exploring the city you live in and booking yourself into a backpackers or a hotel for the weekend or for a night. The point is to take yourself away. There's a quote that said, "Ukuhamba kukubona."
69.
To go is to see.
Don't be afraid to love.
And it's more than seeing
It took me
the
long
world.
enough, but
While
it is
you're
your
seeing the
birthright.
world,
The best
you are
place
also
to learn yourself, as
seeing
well
yourself.
as the true meaning and resolution of life. Number 70. It's okay to change your mind, even last minute. Listening to your deeper feeling is far more imperative. You don't have to explain yourself. Number 71. You can put the bra away if that's what you want. They're bloody uncomfortable, and some breasts are made to jiggle and dance. Number 72, stretch. The word yoga means union, and I've found peace and balance of body, mind, and spirit stretching as often as I can. It's so good for your soul and an ode to the limbs. Number 73, heal your sexuality. This part of our lives is linked to so many bliss points of being human. Sexuality that is not healed and liberated can inhibit our abilities, our gifts, our confidence, our self-worth, our creativity, and so many other areas. And the degree to which we're healed on a sexual level is the degree in which we can contact the divine. Number 74, it's your birthright to embrace the sensuality. This is where your feminine prowess resides, the divine feminine energy within every one of us. There is nothing sinful about what was naturally imbued into your being if it supports your highest selves and values. To understand your highest values, you have to know thyself and to know the source from which you have come. And when you do, you'll respect the sacred act, you'll respect your sacred body. When engaged in with sincerity, it's another pathway to higher realms. Noting that this list is for my nephews and nieces. Don't allow anyone to pressurize you into being sexual when you don't want to. And one thing I want you to remember is that you don't have to keep someone by engaging with them sexually. Someone who really cares for you, who wants to be with you and loves you, won't even be bothered if you choose not to engage in the sexual act. Number 75. Regardless of what someone else says, no matter how hateful or affirming, you choose how you respond. You choose whether it makes you mad or sad, and whether it keeps you humble or inflates the ego. Choice. Number 76. Aspire for low overheads. There's a fine balance between having what you want and doing what you want. The more you have what you want, the less you'll be able to do what you want. Traps within the system. Number 77. Truth. A large part of pharmaceutical companies are driven by the bottom line and line the pockets of politicians signing off policies. Your apparent sickness means wealth to some all around the world. Seek out alternative health care providers and health healing modalities. Learn about life-giving foodstuffs and teas and herbs and start experiencing for yourself the benefits you can enjoy without drugs and, if avoided, surgery. Nature's medicines have no endless list of side effects. We have to take responsibility for our own healing and for our own health. Number 78. If you're going to be part of the human tribe, you have to take responsibility for your own sphere of influence and the challenges in and around your communities. It cannot always be the president, the government, someone else, etc. Each person also needs to be accountable to society and to be the change they wish to see. Number 79. I stopped criticizing myself. Make a vow that you'll just stop with all of that. You're fine the way you are until you apply the changes you desire for your life, right? But in this moment, you're fine. Accept yourself as you are. Number 80. We're told we should do this, be married by a certain age, have babies, own that, and we shouldn't do that. While there are rules that I think are eternal guidance for us and keep communities and humanity structured and erect, the most important part of it is to think about and understand what you have shown up for. There aren't rules per se, but patterns of the masses, patterns and conditioning that have been impressed upon us. You live your life exactly as you envision it. Now, that number 80, I'm feeling a little bit sticky about, because the more that I evolve and grow, the more I honor some old school traditions in terms of how to live, in terms of how to be a woman. There's a lot of things that I wasn't taught in, specifically that, maybe how to be a woman, how to look after myself on all levels. And some ideologies that I picked up along the way as I was looking for teachers, as I was looking for truth, as I was looking at how to be human in this world, really did poison the way in which I behaved towards myself and the ways that I allowed myself to be treated. Sometimes it's worth considering speaking to the elders and those that have more experience than us in life to show us the way. And from there, learn from what they teach us, and then we can then consult with the Great Spirit as to what's most suitable for who we've come here to be and what we've come here to express. I hope I've clarified that a little bit more. Number 81. Experience has taught me to never base my decisions on the opinions of those who don't have to deal with the outcomes and the consequences of those decisions. Number 82. It's okay sometimes to change your mind about a decision that you've already made if it no longer suits your highest good and your highest purpose. We change, we grow. Number 83. The soul's journey always begins once you leave your comfort zone. In the spiritual realm, there is no pain. It's known as change, learning, and evolution. Number 84. Breaking bread with those you love is always far more enjoyable and even memorable with the phone off. Put the phone down sometimes and just give yourself the experience of being in the moment. Number 85. You're allowed to think about something for as long as it takes to think about it until you come to a decision that you feel good about it. Number 87. I am worthy. You are worthy. We are worthy. Number 88. Expand your vocabulary. Number 89. You have to start with believing you can, because you can, and then you will. Number 90.
Play,
if you feel like
children,
up,
play,
dress up.
for tomorrow
Even if
you will
you're
be
not
old.
going anywhere. Who said there needs to be an occasion to whip out your favorite garments? You matter. Do anything to remind yourself of that. Number 91. Follow your instincts. They really do guide you. Number 92. You don't have to take a photo of everything or update your social media blow by blow about your life. Some things are so much sweeter when they're for yourself and your people. Many people don't really care anyway, really. And so much is missed while updating. Consciousness, I put black in brackets. Consciousness is paramount. Privilege and monuments, yes, they must fall, but it should not be at the expense of serenity and the balance of your own mental health. I've seen so many people build hate in their hearts in the name of the movement, which damages the intent for love, black love, human to human love, and human determination. It's all rooted in love, right? Our energies should be preserved for envisioning and building our future, undoing what does not serve us and remembering and celebrating what does. Number 94. Black determination and cultural pride does not equate white hate, which is a distraction. This one is an important one. I understand some of the harder aspects of being human in this world and some of the labels and constructs that have been created to keep us fighting amongst each other and keeping us believing that we're far more different than we actually are. While there are certain things that we need to understand about one another for us to get closer to each other. If I am to visit the Middle East, for instance, there are certain things and certain protocols that I need to follow in order for me to be acceptable within the community. It's not that I'm being told what to do. It's simply that I'm respecting the ways of the people there. We can acknowledge that we are spiritual beings having a human experience who have been hypnotized to believe that we are these labels. I am my skin color. I am my gender. But there is a place where we are more alike than we are different. It goes without saying that we can hold that banner up of being one while also, healing and transforming some of the damages that we have inflicted on each other. Number 95. Read. Sometimes we can burden our friends or people who are different to us when we don't research and try to understand certain subject matter first before engaging together. So I wrote here, don't burden your other friend, the person of color, the homosexual, the black, with your questions related to struggles and lived experience. Empower yourself and try to know, and if you've done enough, it's also okay to go to people and ask questions if it comes from a sincere place. We're very afraid of each other now because of the environment online that has really created one that is in some ways violent in nature. But when we are brave enough to have conversations, we can begin to truly heal because we start to understand where the other is coming from. So just to expand on that point, I've obviously matured in many ways since writing this list. Empower yourself with a book. Read. Number 96. You have to learn to stand up for yourself. If you don't, your spirit gets thwarted, your spirit suffers. Learn to express your deepest feelings without guilt. Number 97. With the above in mind, you have to learn to fill your own cup first before you can love anybody else. What spills over the cup is what others can enjoy. Don't give from an empty or half-full cup. Learn to give to yourself first, as you so generously do to others. Number 99. There are thousands of sperm that took the route you took. You made it. This, my friends, means you matter. Your life has real meaning and purpose in this world. Number 100. You have to give yourself the opportunity to digest the wisdom you have attained, which can at times go far beyond your own limited understanding before you can integrate it into your life. The nature of change is inevitable, and we have to make a habit of reflecting, of integrating, and then carrying on. And now for the last one, number 101. The Black African child needs to be invested in with a new morality. Our divine tusks of hair, the defiant arch at our backs, and our irrepressible culture is beautiful and adequate and enough. Also, side note, a black child needs animation features with heroes and characters who look like them. But obviously again points to where I was emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and what I was healing within myself and within my own identity and healing self-love. But what's also beautiful is that so many of these things have become a reality years since I wrote this list. There are certain things I'm not even worried about, on this list because the world has shifted and is now moving into that direction. Yeah, I hope this list was supportive to you somehow. If you were in your 20s, I know definitely for me, it was the hardest passage of time. It's not easy. Trying to figure out who you are, what you want, and how to live in this world. I hear you, I'm with you, I see you. Keep going, trust yourself, and learn to listen to yourself. And to find elders and experienced people who can be a friend for you on the journey. It helps a lot. Put the phone down as much as you can. Unplug, go outside, listen to yourself, hear from nature, hear from your own divine source within, and all that is as well. And the noise will begin to lessen. You aren't alone. There are so many others in their 20s who are suffering through, asking many, many questions. If you're one of those people, please comment below and perhaps you might find someone who you resonate with and who might be a new friend. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me, and I will see you next week. Lots and lots of love.